Hi guys, welcome to our very first episode of Cleanup Campaign. Yes, the title of this video says it all. Dear African parents in the diaspora. Dear African parents all over the world. Dear African parents. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is maybe define the word parent. Maybe some of us don't know what the word parent means. So let's just define it. I did a Google search. So the definition is not long ago. I just wrote down the meaning of a parent. Who is a parent? And Google says a person's father or mother. That is the definition of a parent. Papa and mama. Papa and mommy. Parents. Okay. Now I have another word that I also like us, so other things I would like us to define. So let's hear the biblical meaning of a parent. A parent, the biblical role of a parent is to be a good steward of the children God has placed in their care. That's what the Bible said. To be a good steward of the children God has placed in their care. Okay. Then I said, okay, maybe we should also check what are the functions of a parent. And here it goes. The function of a parent is to take care of your children's basic needs, such as food, medical care, shelter, clothing, etc., as well as giving love, attention, understanding, acceptance, etc. Further, it also says parents are the pillar of support, guidance, and love. That's all the definitions I needed to let us know before we dive into this segment. I think this is going to be a touchy or a sensitive one because a lot of people may not want to talk about this because maybe they are scared or maybe they are just in the situation so they cannot really address it. So since I'm not in the situation and I've seen it happen firsthand, I would like to talk about it. Okay, so I would like us to dive into the dear African parents in the diaspora. First things first, I'm an adult and I believe that people watching are also adults. Either you're a parent or you would desire to be a parent or you're just interested. But I believe that the watchers or the viewers are adults. To have a child, two people have to come together. Well, that was the old way. Nowadays, it can happen in different ways, but that was how it happened for our parents. Two people came together, either made a decision knowingly or unknowingly, but a baby came. A pregnancy was announced, and then decisions had to be made. You have instances where the father may not want the child, or you have instances where the mother may not want the child. Most cases, when the father does not want the child, it becomes the woman's burden. So the woman stays. Sorry that I'm using the word burden, but it's just to describe the situation. Becomes the woman's responsibility. Maybe that's a better choice of word. Excuse my words if I'm not really using the right words. Please just correct me. Now, these choices have been made, and life goes on. Then, by the grace of God, fortunately or unfortunately, whatever the case may be, you decide to leave your home country and relocate to the West or the US, wherever in the West, to look for a better life. Most of the times, or some of the times, both parents are no longer together. The man leaves or the woman leaves for a better life, whatever the case may be, and they travel out of the country. I'm just trying to paint a scenario. Let's say the man travels out of the country, comes here, is looking for a better life, and he's no longer with his child's mother. So the child is back home with the mom, and the father is abroad seeking for a better life. Now, in the course of seeking for a better life, he probably finds a woman that he likes and moves on with his life with that person. Much later in life, he has other children with the new partner, and he may think, or she may think, you know what, let me bring that my child that I left in Cameroon, or Africa over. Now, this is why I say, dear African parents. I'm sorry if this may really sound like your story. I'm not sharing anybody's story. And please, I really do want to talk about this. So, the child is now sent over. We are not going to talk about how the child is being treated by relatives back home. We are focused on Europe. Maybe the child comes over to Europe and is living, comes over to the stepmom or stepdad, and the child becomes a slave in their parents' home. These are things that people don't talk about. These are things that people don't address. This is really, really sad. Now, I'm saying it's really sad because I don't know if this is done intentionally or unintentionally, but it seems like there is some hatred, maybe because of the child's mother or father, the other parent, maybe the bad blood between you and the other parent. You now transfer your aggression towards the child. In some cases, it's not even about the child's parents, so the other half that is now in the diaspora. It's about the step parents are so, I don't know what kind of word to use to describe them, but they are the evil stepmom that we see in the Cinderella movies. But they are so mean, they are so not nice towards these children. Of course, we are not saying this is how everybody's situation is. Of course, there are good step parents out here. Of course, there are good step children out here. We are talking about the cases where it's not so rosy. Now, this child is technically a house help in that house, is being not taken care of. Less lack of better words, is not being taken care of. So the child technically is not happy and is not living a good life. And because of the fact that they are grateful that their parent took care of them by bringing them over, depending on the character, some of them will act out and leave their home, some of them would stay at home and bear with whatever is happening. Then we have the other group of parents that "Hmm, this thing no final. I beg no change. This thing is not good at all. They want the way they dey ask money from their pikin name because they bring her pikin for Europe. This is not good at all. Remember that we read the definition of a parent and what your functions are is to take care of that child physically, financially, and otherwise. What do you mean by they have to pay whatever? Who asked? Do you know that us children were chilling in heaven? We're having cool, chill, whatever beverage we're having. And you made your message, and the angel came calling, and that's how we landed here. Some of us would have chosen another country or another parent, but life happened. But sorry, stop demanding money from your children. This is black taxing. Tax that makes your children have a 10 steps behind compared to their mates. I hope some of you know that your fellow parents are buying cars for their children. I hope some of you also know that the fellow parents are taking care of their children. Let's not talk about material things. They are just being there, loving, caring. They are there for their children. These are your mates. So I remember when they used to say, your mates, is it not your mates? Is your mate having two heads? Your mates are not having two heads to buy a car for the child. Your mates are not having two heads to do several things. But you see that tax scheme of your children, all in the name of you want to protect yourself. If they don't take care of you, at least you use this one to take care of yourself. If you're a kind parent, if you're a loving parent, I bet you there is no way your children will leave you without any reason. Check, oh, if they are leaving you, still check. There's something wrong somewhere. If you really say 100% you have been a good parent, check something went somewhere wrong somewhere. But if you're just out of whatever reason it is, you have decided by yourself to task your children. Some are tasked by their aunties and uncles that whatever, sorry, this is really not right. You're giving these children 10, you're giving your children, your offsprings 10 steps behind when their mates are buying properties, they are still saving to pay up whatever bill you are telling them to pay. Sorry, you will pay your bills whether that child is staying in that house or not. There's something I'll never understand. When you were 6 years old, you were eating your mommy's food, drinking water, you're not paying bills. So when you now turn 20 or 20 something, all of a sudden you have to pay 1 million things. That's a topic for another day. Please argue in the comment section and maybe enlighten us. But that's also a topic of another day. I don't see the reason why. But let's just say financial support. But this is different when the child has to support you because you are low on income or you don't earn as much. So you need some sort of financial support. But demanding this from your children, please let's do better. Please, parents, let's do better. Please, let's be better parents. Let's be there for our children financially. Let's care for them. Let's give them love. Let's be there for our children. Let's unlearn this habit of demanding. I don't know who started it. I don't know who said it's okay, but it's not okay because I'm not going to call some of the figures I've heard. It's too much. Nobody should be starting life on a minus. It's too much. Your demands are really too much. Imagine helping your child with even just as little as whatever you think it is. Imagine just being there for your child, that they can be able to flourish in their workspace. Imagine being at work and thinking, if I have any situation, I can call mommy or daddy just to talk. Be there for your children, please. Let's be there for our children. If it's possible, let your children stay home as long as possible. Now, I'm saying as long as possible because it gives them the opportunity to start working. Not when they are done with university or whatever they are doing and they start working, give them maybe a year or two to save up so they can be able to either pay for their warborg, what's the English word? um caution fee, I think that's the word, for to rent an apartment, or they can even pay their 10% at the notaries to take a loan for a house. Please, let's give them that stepping stone. Let's let them not start life like you started life. Most of our parents did not have anybody holding their hands when they were starting life. Be kinder to your children. Hold their hands. Let them start life with a support that can help them. You must not give them money. Some of us did not have parents that will give us money, but allowing us to stay at home gave us the opportunity to save. And once we're able to save, we're able to live to buy something for ourselves. It's not everybody's dream to buy a property. That's okay. But it's okay. It's also good for them to have, even if it's just 5,000 euros in their account, that whatever may happen, people lose their jobs every day. They lose their job, they can always fall back to that money. Rainy day money. Allow them to be able to save for that purpose, not for your own sake. Don't live life, no, live allow these children to live their life to your children. Sorry that I'm saying these children, your children, please. But we are just focusing on this narrative of allowing your new partner being mean to your children before your new marriage, miss just not being a parent to your children. I know a lot of parents made mistakes growing up, or they made choices that they are not so proud of. This is the time for you to change that narrative. Call your children and apologize to them. Call your children and tell them, I'm sorry I was not a mom to you. Call your children and say, I'm sorry I did not give you that leverage that you should have had. I did not give you the push that I needed and no one gave me. I did not give you the support, the emotional, the financial, the spiritual support that I had to. Yes, I know I will accept this. We are all experiencing life for the very first time. Each of us, our parents, ourselves, and our children, we are all going to be experiencing life for the very first time to the best of our knowledge. So now this is a time where we are supposed to give each other grace. Yes, you have made the mistake of black taxing. Yes, you have made the mistake of black taxing your children. Okay, apologize now that you're seeing this video, you're hearing. Please share to them so they can hear this. Apologize to your children for traumatizing them. Apologize to your children that they had to go through emotional torture under their parents' roof, either by you or other people, knowingly or unknowingly. Please apologize to your children. Talk to your children that you're sorry for allowing this to happen to them. Some children have been molested under their parents' nose by their partners, and they will say nothing. That's also a topic of another day. But please talk to your children, apologize to them. And some of us children too, if you have noticed that this is what your parents did that really made you angry, that you cannot forgive, please let this be maybe a moment of a call back to reality, a moment of reflection for you to go back and think, please, mommy, you did this to me, daddy, you did that to me. I'm really hurt. I hated you for so many years. I was so angry, but I forgive you. Let them know, because I notice that our community is always telling us to be quiet and respect. I don't know about other communities, the other African countries, but I know that growing up is just quiet and listen. You don't speak. You listen to your elders. Even when they are wrong, you listen to them. So, no, talk, open up your mouth and talk. Please, you're 20 something years old. Open your mouth and say, Mommy, there are ways to articulate this thing. If you cannot talk, write a letter, put it in put it under the door of their room, put it somewhere for them to find it and say, Mommy, this is how I'm feeling. Talk to somebody, look for somebody, because these things can be so depressing. Find somebody you can talk to, a family friend, or talk to somebody. Please don't bottle up these things. Let's not cause our children trauma. Let's not be the reason why our children are traumatized and become bad parents in the future or terrible to the society. Please, because you did not love my mommy does not mean you have to hate me. I have nothing to do with that. Yes, I look like my mommy or my daddy. It's not my fault. I did not choose my face. I did not choose my mannerism, because sometimes you act like your mom, you speak like your mom or your dad. They did not choose these things. Please, let's do better. Let's be better people. Let's be kinder people to our society. Let's unlearn this thing, this black taxing. Let's unlearn it. Please, it's 2025. Let's change. I beg. If you know a friend that is doing this, tell them. If not, you guys are not friends. Please. Thank you so much for listening. This was really intense for me. I was quite nervous before now, but I really had to just talk about it because I'm pretty sure a lot of people going through this will not be able to share it. But I think as somebody that is standing outside and watching this, I can talk about it. Um, but I know people are going through this or have gone through this, and they have, yeah, it's not easy, it's not nice, it's not kind. Nobody would like to experience this. Even the people doing this to others wouldn't want anybody to do this to them. We're in a foreign land. We have to be there for each other. That family unit, that village that we are always talking about, is burning, it's dying. Let's resurrect it. Let's try to bring it back together. Let's do our cleanup campaign. Let's clean up, please. Thank you so much for listening. Please do share your comments, your thoughts, your experience in the comment section. It could help somebody, and I'm pretty sure it will help somebody. Even if it's just one person that's helped somebody, please do share, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you, and see you in our next video. Bye.